Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm just gonna go ahead and address these issues I've been wanting to address. I know I already uploaded a video a day, but we're gonna upload this one too. I'm gonna mash up a few videos because these are basically the do's and don'ts. Because I see killers talking about how survivors don't really need multiple chances, and then our shit gets nerfed and a bunch of other bullshit. But pretty much I'm gonna make this a short video. There are gonna be a few video clips in this video showing what you should and shouldn't do. There are killers that sit there and say that the objective for them as a killer is supposed to get 4 hooks in the game. That's not the entire objective of the game as a killer. The killer is supposed to try to get kills, but they want other survivors to unhook each other so that way they get more out of it. Because the longer the chase, the more they chase, the more points they get. You're supposed to get points so it'll help out your rank, which shows, you know, pretty much how good you are. But if you sit there and tunnel or camp, like it even says that if you camp and stay around a hooked survivor, you start losing points. You don't want to lose points. You really want to have as much points as possible, so at the end of the match you could try to rank up and get more pip, and your pip is your point in progress. So pretty much point in progress is saying that you're supposed to do this or do that. You're not supposed to sit there and lose points because you're not making any progress, which is the opposite of point in progress, if that makes any sense. But I am going to show video clips because it's kind of irritating. I play as killer and I also play as survivor. I mainly play as survivor because I play with friends, but when I'm on my own I play as killer, and I don't camp, I don't tunnel. There are some situations where killers do say that they end up tunneling a survivor because they can't find the other person. And a lot of these killers, I mean, that is true, because I've had that situation before too. But other killers, when you call them out on their tunneling, they say they didn't tunnel. They make the excuse, why wouldn't I go for the injured person? Well, because you really want to try to give them a chance, so you have more chances to get your point in progress as they get their point in progress. Like, especially killers that run ruin. If your ruin's still in play, why do you have to tunnel? No sense of tunneling. Your ruin's there to slow down the game, and pretty much while you're camping, the other survivors, they either know you're camping because they're playing with their friends, and their friends is like, you know, do the gens and pop as many gens as you can. They're doing that. So while you're camping, they're getting shit done so they can get out of the trial. But they're, you know, some things don't make any sense, and some killers that actually camp and tunnel. Like, I play on PS4, so I know that PC has, like, at the end of the trial screen, they have where you can actually type there and talk. We don't have that on PS4, so I wish we did. It'd be pretty nice, but we don't have that. So on PS4, if you want to call them out on what they did or anything like that, just because, you know, it's annoying, you're trying to set them straight, you try to message them, it won't let you because they have their settings to where you can't message them if you're not friends with them or stuff like that. See, they do that because they don't want you to call them out on it. And if they do have it where you can message them, they say that they didn't camp or tunnel, or their excuse for, I guess, camping / tunneling is, like, I think it was earlier this morning or it was yesterday, but a killer told me that he pretty much came at me or the unhooked survivor because I unhooked the person in front of him. Well, I told him, you know, of course I unhooked the survivor in front of him because he was camping. He was not face camping, but he was camping the area. And you know, if you play Spine Chill, you know he's looking at you. Well, if I'm at the survivor and Spine Chill is just on, you're looking at me, man. I hope that makes sense for everybody. But you play Spine Chill, you know the killer's looking in your direction. He's coming towards you, stuff like that. I mean, if you want to avoid campers or tunnelers, the object is to not get caught. Play Spine Chill. But as a killer, if you do tunnel, if you're going to tunnel and you purposely tunnel, don't be scared of decisive strike. Take it. Just take it. Because I'm gonna show this video clip here in a few, but pretty much if you look at this video that I'm about to play, just don't sit there and stand there and wait for DS to get done with. You tunneled, take it. Just take it. Like if I tunnel somebody, I'm gonna pick them up right away, because that's my objective. It's got to be my objective. I mean, otherwise, if you're afraid of DS, then don't tunnel. Go after somebody else. But watch this video clip right here, and this is me and my brother going against the pig, and this happened when the pig took him down and pretty much knew he had DS. Go ahead, do it. Pick him up. I think they know. Alright, you see that? You see what I'm talking about? He just, you know, just stood there. Knowing he had DS, he stood there and watched me so I couldn't go heal him. I couldn't get to my brother, I couldn't heal him, couldn't do nothing. That's stupid. But, I mean, yeah, he got picked up eventually, and then he still was able to do his DS. But that's what I'm saying, and people want DS nerfed. I don't think it should be nerfed because we have to deal with those kinds of killers. We need DS, we need borrowed time and all that. There are a few instances where people did borrow time on me and I still got tunneled. He smacked me, borrowed time went off, he still kept coming at me, stuff like that. And I know that Legion he got hurt a little bit. I used to main Legion, but now I'm going to be maining the Oni because Oni's pretty badass. I like playing as the Oni, but what I'm saying is Legion got hit a little bit. But in my opinion, partially is I think he got hit a little bit because people will do a frenzy tunnel. Frenzy tunnel is pretty much where you go into frenzy and you smack that survivor with frenzy. You get indications when you frenzy somebody. You get indications if there's nearby survivors. Excuse me. those nearby survivors, you get indications of where they are. It shows like a little cobweb ghost thing on the survivor. But you clearly see it, and if you don't worry about that survivor and you just keep going and you keep chasing down the person that you frenzy tunnel, or that you frenzied, and you start tunneling them and then smack them again, so that way your frenzy cuts off, and then you chase them down and then smack them, and you're pretty much messing up Legion's playstyle. Legion's playstyle is really not supposed to be like that. Legion is supposed to frenzy as many people as possible. He's supposed to get them doing that, so that way they pretty much have to mend. Pretty much, he can still do that now because they made it to where you can't mend if you're running. Like, well, you don't have to mend if you're running. Timer does not go down if you're running. But if you're working on a generator, the timer is going to go down eventually, and you're going to fall and be in the dying state. So you have to mend before you do a generator. So that means you can still frenzy. Do the frenzy play. Frenzy somebody. Somebody's nearby. Run after them. Frenzy them. And keep going and going and going until you frenzy all the people. And then when you get to that last person, or if there's nobody nearby, then you can tunnel them while having frenzy activated. And do a little frenzy tunnel at the end because nobody else is around, or because you frenzied everybody. I do have videos up before he got hit, before he got a little nerf on him or whatever, or changed. But I have videos where I frenzied everybody. Yeah, they were playing stupid like and everything. But you don't have to camp, you don't have to tunnel, you don't have to do any of that to get 4K. There's no reason to camp or tunnel for 4K. I'm actually gonna play this video clip here. It's where we went against the Nightmare or whatever, you know, Freddy Krueger. Went against him, he tunneled. So go ahead and watch this video and, you know, see for yourself. Alright, yeah, I saw that. See what I'm talking about? Yeah, no reason for all this camping, tunneling. Be a good sport, you know. Survivors need challenges done. I know this because I do challenges as Survivor 2, and I do killer challenges. Killers, yes, they need challenges done too. You don't have to camp or tunnel. There is one thing that you probably had to like do a little bit of kind of camping, and that was hooking somebody in the basement while another person's in the hooked on the basement. That one's hard to do if you're out chasing somebody to try to get, so you might have to do a little camping inside the basement. I recommend running Insidious when you do that, and that's the only time really I recommend camping, because it gets pretty difficult, because by the time you actually excuse me, Anyways, by the time you actually, you know, chase down somebody and actually get them knocked down, especially if they're fully healed, that other person's probably already getting off the hook, or he's already been off the hook. He's long gone. So I recommend playing Insidious, doing that challenge. That's the only time you should really camp, because it's the one that you have to hook like multiple people in the basement. If you're gonna do that, do the basement play. There's a build for it. Play Monster Shrine, Iron Grasp, Agitation, and I guess you could also play Ruin, so that way the game does not go slow. That should give you enough time to hook people in the basement, but you want them to go unhook them. You want the other survivors to go unhook them, so that way they get off the hook. You don't have to tunnel anybody for this, because it's seriously easy. You just want to try to get as many hooks as possible, and if you hook one, then leave, let them get unhooked, go after somebody else, try to get them down in the basement. You want them to keep unhooking them as much as possible, so that way you get more hooks in that one match, because I think you have to get like 10. I think it might be, it's not really possible to get more than 8. I think 8 hooks in a match. Yeah, pretty much 8 hooks in a match, because they can only all be, well, not 8. You can get it all, but you would have to let each of them get unhooked twice, since they changed it to 10 instead of 15. Yeah, so you play it that way, but you don't have to camp a tunnel for that. I know a lot of people camp a tunnel, especially on the PlayStation 4. It gets pretty much annoying. That's why I'm doing this video. This pretty much killers do's and don't. You know, don't camp, don't tunnel. Like I said, I only recommend camping for that one where you have to hook 2 people in the basement at the same time, basically. Recommend camping for that. That's it. And then once you do that one, once you get 2 on the hook, just leave. You don't have to keep doing that play style. Yeah, you got Insidious or whatever, you can leave and don't have to worry about that. It gets pretty easy after that. That's the only time I did it. After I did that, I started going after everybody and just played that way, played fair, just so, you know, people can't complain or whatever. But yeah, I don't want killers to camp tunnel. A lot of killers talk crap on survivors about how they're so predictable, but yeah, when you're running Spine Chill and a killer is camping and tunneling, that's predictable. And on PS4 it's even more predictable, because especially if like you hook somebody, you're in a chase with somebody else, that person gets unhooked, you stop chasing that person, run back to the hook. You don't have to play like that. Like, that gets ridiculous. Play fair, make the game fun. And I'm saying this to all those killers. I'm a killer too. I play killer, I play survivor, I'm both. But as a killer, I play fair, I keep it fun. My objective, I don't see my objective as getting 4 hooks in a game, or 4 kills in a game. That's not my goal. My goal is to have fun, make it fun. And if this is a horror game, my goal is to scare the crap out of the survivors. I don't care if they escape. Like, I've been playing fair and I'm a rank 13. I know a lot of killers that are like high ranks, like rank 4s, rank 2s, rank 1s. They camp and tunnel. I'm like, how? You lose points, man. I think it's based on getting kills by that point, but that's just ridiculous. In my opinion, you don't need to camp or tunnel. The objective is not to get 4 kills, is to get your point in progress, along with making the game fun for you and for the survivors, scaring the crap out of them since it's supposed to be a horror game. You're not trying to piss them off. You're trying to scare them. It's a horror game. So keep that in mind. You know, try to scare people. Try to play fair. And yeah, pretty much don't camp, don't tunnel. These are the freaking do's and don't. I mean, you can go look at my videos that I have done. I got a crap ton of Dead by Daylight videos. I got Legion videos, stuff like that. And Legion, he's not that great of a killer. You can make him great by playing fair. He's not supposed to be played like a camp and tunnel type of killer. And none of these killers should play like that. Especially people that play Ghostface. You don't need a camp tunnel. You have a stalking ability. Use it. And just go in stealth mode. Stalk. Use the crap out of all these killers' abilities. Don't camp, don't tunnel, and not use any abilities. We're given these abilities for a reason. They should be used. The killers should be respected. Sorry, my mouth's a little dry. But killers should be respected along with the survivors. You're supposed to have respect for each other. Game's about mutual respect, playing fair, and having fun with the game. I'm getting really irritated with. Give me a sec. Anyways, I get really irritated with these killers saying their objective is to get 4 kills. That's the whole point about being a killer. Let me know how that's working, because you're supposed to be focused on your point of progress, which is get hooking as many times as you can. You lose point progress on, I can't remember the name of the emblem, but that one you lose pip because of you camping. You can't stay by a hook. You lose points by staying by a hook. So make sure you don't camp, make sure you don't tunnel, have fun with the game, and treat the game with respect along with all the other players. Whether you're a killer, don't sit there and talk smack and talk down on survivors saying they're predictable and that they're stupid. Yeah, some people make mistakes, but that's part of the game, part of life. And just don't camp, don't tunnel, and do not talk about survivors like playing as a survivor is a bad thing or all this crap. If you play as both and you're talking bad about one or the other, you're basically talking about yourself. Because like if you like, I unsubscribed from one person because they said that the survivors were predictable because they were rescuing each other. Like, how can you say a survivor is predictable from rescuing another survivor off the hook? That's the whole object for them to do. They're supposed to do gens, supposed to cleanse, supposed to rescue each other and heal each other. That's the object. That's nothing about predictable stuff like that. And playing this game as many times as everybody has, of course things seem predictable because everything is predictable. Just like a killer is predictable about what he's going to do, especially when you're trying to loop him. He knows you're trying to loop, so he's going to be like, oh, well, you're predictable on this, I'm going to go like this, but then he messes up and then you end up getting the upper hand as survivor, or you mess up and he gets the upper hand as killer. It just goes both ways. So again, show respect, stop camping, stop tunneling, just play fair, make the game fun, scare the shit out of survivors as a killer. But like, I have fun playing as killer, because especially when I'm sitting there not doing any of that bullcrap stuff. And I guess also, like, I know some killers, because I got pissed off one time because survivors will taunt you during the match, like they'll teabag and stuff, wanting you to break pallets and stuff. Well, if they taunt you that's kind of disrespectful. So I suggest you face camp them, hook them, face camp them. Then if they end up getting saved or whatever, tunnel them. That's what I've been doing. That's the only time I do it. Honest to God, that's the only time I actually camp a tunnel is when somebody taunts me. Anything else, nah, I'll play fair. But don't camp, don't tunnel. Just play fair. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I do more videos. Until next time, I will see you guys